I was in my usual jeans and sneakers and long-sleeve t-shirt that carried the Rangers hockey team logo. The temperature was in the 50s, and Lula and I were bundled into hooded sweatshirts. Lula's sweatshirt said, "Kiss me, I'm pretending I'm Irish," and mine was gray with a small chocolate ice cream stain on the cuff. Lula and I were on our way to get a Lucky Clucky shake at Cluck in a Bucket, and Lula was rooting through her purse trying to find her car keys. "I know I got those keys in here somewhere," Lula said, pulling stuff out of her purse, piling everything onto the hood of her car. Gum, lip balm, stun gun, cell phone, a .40 caliber nickel-plated Glock, Tic Tacs, a can of mace, a personal mood candle, a flashlight, handcuffs, a screwdriver, nail polish, the pearl-handled Derringer she got as a Valentine's Day present from her honey Tank, a musical bottle opener, a roll of toilet paper, Rolaids. "A screwdriver?" I asked her. "You never know when you'll need one. You'd be surprised what you could do with a screwdriver. I got extra-strength cherry-scented condoms in here, too. 'Cause you never know when Tank might be needing some emergency quality time." Lula found her key, we piled into her red Firebird, and she motored away from the curb. She turned off Hamilton Avenue onto Columbus Avenue, and we both gaped at the gray-haired, wiry little old lady half a block away. The woman was dressed in white tennis shoes, bright green stretch pants, and a gray wool jacket. She had a white bakery bag in one hand and the strap to a large canvas duffel bag in the other, and she was struggling to drag the duffel bag down the sidewalk. Lula squinted through the windshield. "That's either Kermit the Frog or your granny." Grandma Mazur's lived with my parents ever since my Grandpa Harry went to the big trans-fat farm in the sky. Grandma was a closet-free spirit for the first 70 years of her life. She kicked the door open when my grandpa died, and now nobody can get her back in. Personally, I think she's great, but then I don't have to live with her. A car wheeled around the corner and rocked to a stop alongside Grandma. "Don't look like there's anybody driving that car," Lula said. "I don't see no head." The driver's side door opened, and a little man jumped out. He was slim with curly, short-cropped gray hair, and he was wearing green slacks. "Look at that," Lula said. "Granny's wearing green and the little tiny man's wearing green. Everybody's wearing green except you. Don't you feel like a party pooper?" The little man was talking to Grandma, and Grandma wasn't looking happy with him. Grandma started inching away, and the little man snatched the strap of the duffel bag and yanked it out of Grandma's hand. Grandma roundhoused the man on the side of the head with her big black purse, and he dropped to his knees. "She handles herself real good considering she's so old and rickety," Lula said. Grandma hit the little man again. He grabbed her, and the two of them went down to the ground, locked together, rolling around, kicking and slapping. I wrenched the door open, swung out of the Firebird, and waded into the mix. I pulled the little man off Grandma and held him at arm's length. He squirmed and grunted and flailed his arms. "Let me go," he yelled, his voice pinched from the exertion. "Do you have any idea who I am?" "Are you okay?" I asked Grandma. "Of course I'm okay," Grandma said. "I was winning, too. Didn't it look like I was winning?" Lula clattered over in her high-heeled boots, got Grandma under the armpits, and hoisted her to her feet. "When I grow up, I want to be just like you," Lula said to Grandma. I swung my attention back to the little man, but he was gone. His car door slammed shut, the engine caught, and the car sped down the street. "Sneaky little bugger," Lula said. "One minute you had a hold of him, and the next thing he's driving away." "He wanted my bag," Grandma said. "Can you imagine? He said it was his, so I asked him to prove it, and that's when he tried to run off with it." I looked down at the bag. "What's in it?" "None of your beeswax." "What's in the bakery bag?" "Jelly donuts." "I wouldn't mind a jelly donut," Lula said. "A jelly donut would go real good with a Lucky Clucky shake." "I love them shakes," Grandma said. "I'll share my donuts if you take me for a shake, but you gotta leave my duffel bag alone. No one's allowed to snoop in my duffel bag." "You don't got a body in there, do you?" Lula wanted to know. "I don't like carrying dead guys around in my Firebird. Messes with the feng shui." "I couldn't fit a body in here," Grandma said. "It's too little for a body." "It could be a leprechaun body," Lula said. "It's St. Patrick's Day. If you bagged a leprechaun, you could make him take you to his pot of gold." "I don't know. I hear you gotta be careful of them leprechauns. I hear they're tricky," Grandma said. "Anyways, I haven't got a leprechaun." The day after St. Patrick's Day, I woke up next to Joe Morelli, my almost always boyfriend. Morelli's a Trenton cop, and he makes me look like an amateur when it comes to the impure.